So we're going to start off counting the rib, and we'll go from there. And as you can see, you're going to bend a needle, and it's okay. It's no big deal, all right? It's fine. Everybody's bent needles, okay? So this is your rib right here, okay? You guys can see it. So this would be 1, 2, and that's sitting on 3, okay? So come on down. Yep. So this is Mr. Franklin. You're gonna pick it, Mr. Andrew.
I think that's 4 or 5.
4 or 5. All right. So you're sitting on 3. We've established he's on 3. So now no matter where he moves, as long as 3's in the picture, you're good. There's 3, okay? So 3, 4, 5, and here's S1 coming down right here, okay? So now. Okay. There's 4, 5. That's perfect. Yeah. So go ahead and move this down because you know where that's at. There you go. Now you have it pictured. So what are we looking at when we're looking at this image? We're looking at these spinous processes. Are they straight? Yep. Okay. Not perfectly straight because in clinical practice, they will not be perfectly straight. You'll have one jacked up over here, but what you want is they're straight. Okay. Now, sometimes if you got some scoliosis here, there, and yonder, what you want to make sure is the one you're looking at is straight. Okay. It's straight. Now, you see how these lines are a little darker compared to these lines? That's because you're getting squared off. You're looking more onto the bone. There's more bouncing back and making that shadow there. Okay. So, Frank, let's just jack with the squaring up just a little bit so we can kind of show that, okay? So what he's going to do is he's going to put that image over there when we take the next one, okay? So see how now we're getting off? You see how you can see these epiphysis and you see how far off your needle is? Right? We're not squared up anymore. So let's go ahead and square up, Franklin. Yep. See what a difference it makes? Right?
Franklin's good, man.
Well, so that's it. As long as you guys are learning that you got to get it squared up because you see how far, I mean, you're injecting 4 or 5, you're hitting laminate every time. Where am I at? Where am I at? No idea, right? So, Franklin, is that as good as we can get that squared off?
We can play with it.
Let's see if we can get it a little bit better. Okay, so that's about where we're going to be. Okay, so now you want to take your needle and you just want to get us another picture there for Mr. Franklin. So, as we're looking at this, so you're getting ready to get started with a straight needle, not a bent one. Here we go. So when you're getting ready to get started, okay, you got your spinous processes, right? You've got it squared off, and that's what we mean by squared off. So the space you're looking at is direct on. You're not looking at it from an angle, okay, direct on, because we want to look at it direct on so that you know when you're looking down this barrel that if your needle's directly through and you're looking at it bullseye, it is where it says it is. It's not at L2 when you're trying to do L. See what I'm saying? So it doesn't seem like it'd make a difference, but it makes a huge difference when you're going through. So when you're looking at this is your window right here. So this little area right here. Now, you got a spinous process running down the middle, right? So really, you're going to try to aim right in here or right in here. Either one of those areas, that's where you're going to do your interlaminar at, okay? Have at it, brother. So you see where your needle tip is, right? It's right on the edge of that. So use that as your reference, just kind of gauge where you're at. And then, so what? You've already done a station, so you know about squaring it up on there. Okay. All right. So I brought a couple of reference books for those of y'all just kind of jacking around, okay? So I brought a couple of reference books, and these are the ones that you'll use during the fellowship if you're doing the fellowship. And that's probably the most important page on the whole book. Venously, this hasn't been taken up arterially. It's still there, okay? Now, you don't want to use 5 cc's of dye because it will cause inflammation and those things, but you can use a half a cc at a time or a quarter of a cc. It doesn't take much of that dye to really make you don't have another half cc?
So I'm like way in there. I'm not sure if I'm like in the disc or what's going on.
Well,
I felt it like grind through the ligament flavum or something in there. That's anatomy.
Yeah. So
I recall those wires in there.
Yeah, this is what we ran into with this guy a second ago. Is he's got a jacked up friggin'. So we struggled a little bit on the last group too, just because of his. So when you're doing your epidural, right? When you're doing a standard OB epidural, and you feel it kind of, you go through the and you go through the interspinous, and then then you get that kind of engagement. You feel that little bit of resistance, and then you lose that resistance, right? So you feel it kind of pushing up against it, and boom, there it is, right? It's going to feel the exact same way, okay? And especially with that bigger needle, you're going to feel it going, and you're like, okay, just like an epidural, I'm cool. Now I'm going to loss, boom, and there it is. And that's it. So with a bigger needle, it's going to be a little easier to do that. You're going to feel that a little more, okay? It's hard to feel with this. It is what it is, okay? All right? You cool? All right, next.